In a move that could change the future of U.S. immigration, the Trump administration has announced an immediate, shock overhaul of green card requirements. This unprecedented change takes effect right now, and it could impact thousands, if not millions, of people seeking to live and work in the United States. Are you one of the many individuals waiting for approval? Do you have plans to apply in the near future? Well, everything you thought you knew about the process just got turned upside down. This change is not just a small adjustment, it's a complete redefinition of what it takes to secure a green card. No longer can applicants simply rely on traditional routes and procedures. Now, with this new rule, the goalposts have shifted, and the window for securing your status in the U.S. is narrowing. What does this mean for you, your future, and your chances of success? The timing of this rule change is critical. It is happening now, with no room for delay or hesitation. Whether you've already started the process or you're considering your options, this video will give you the crucial information you need to navigate these changes and understand their potential impact on your green card application. The clock is ticking. Don't miss out on this vital update. We'll break down everything you need to know about these sudden and shocking shifts in U.S. immigration law, including who will be most affected and what you need to do to stay ahead. You cannot afford to miss this essential information. Watch now to stay informed and prepared for what's coming next. As you may already know, the green card application process in the United States has been notoriously complicated, and for many, it has felt like an endless waiting game. Whether you're from a country with high immigration numbers or a country that faces more relaxed restrictions, securing a green card has always been an intricate and often frustrating process. But now, in the wake of the Trump administration's shocking new changes, everything is different. What once seemed like a predictable and familiar process is now anything but. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the speed at which these changes are being implemented, you're not alone. The Trump administration's latest announcement has left many potential applicants and immigration attorneys scrambling to understand how these rules will impact their clients and their future plans. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. With the new regulations taking effect immediately, there is no grace period. This means that anyone who is in the process of applying or planning to apply needs to pay close attention to how this will affect their chances of obtaining a green card. The changes to the green card system are so significant that they could affect the lives of people who are already well into their immigration journey. Imagine being someone who has been living in the U.S. for years, working hard, and finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with your green card application. Now, just when you thought everything was on track, these new rules come into play. The goalposts have shifted, and you're left wondering how you'll navigate this new system. The Trump administration has made it clear that they are tightening the requirements for green cards, and they are making it harder for certain individuals to qualify. For many people, this change could be devastating. It's not just about what kind of paperwork you submit, but who qualifies to even begin the process in the first place. The new rules have introduced stricter guidelines, particularly for those who may have previously had a clear path to a green card. So, what does that mean for you? If you are currently in the midst of an application, the new rules could slow down your chances of approval or, in some cases, disqualify you altogether. Now, let's talk about the timeline. These changes are effective immediately, and that means applicants need to adjust to a new reality. If you're waiting for approval or considering starting your application soon, you have to be on your toes. The urgency of the situation cannot be stressed enough. With the introduction of these new green card rules, you need to act fast to ensure that your application is in line with the current system. These changes may not just impact those currently in the process. They could also affect people planning to apply in the future. If you're sitting on the fence, now is the time to start gathering the necessary documentation and ensuring that everything is up to date. But what exactly are these changes, and who will they affect the most? Well, the rules have become much stricter regarding financial requirements and background checks. The Trump administration is placing more emphasis on the applicant's financial stability, meaning applicants will need to demonstrate that they won't be a financial burden on the U.S. government. If you're someone with financial challenges or limited income, this could significantly affect your eligibility. For many people who thought they had a clear pathway to becoming permanent residents, these changes may seem like a sudden roadblock. Additionally, the new rules have introduced a more stringent vetting process. The Trump administration is tightening security measures, meaning anyone applying for a green card will now undergo more rigorous background checks. If you have had any issues with the law, even minor infractions, this could jeopardize your application. The administration is placing a heightened focus on national security, and applicants will need to prove that they pose no risk to the U.S. You may be wondering how this could apply to you, especially if you've always been law-abiding. Even seemingly minor issues could be a red flag under these new guidelines. If this all sounds a bit overwhelming, don't worry, you're not alone. Many people are grappling with the same questions and uncertainties. It's crucial to understand the full scope of how these changes will impact your green card journey. While it's not easy to predict the long-term effects of these rule changes, one thing is for sure: they will have a lasting impact on how the green card process unfolds. So, how can you adapt? How can you prepare to face these new challenges head-on? First, make sure you understand the new financial requirements. This could mean that you need to gather additional documentation to prove that you have sufficient income or that you have a sponsor who can vouch for your financial stability. If you're currently in the process, make sure your financial records are up to date and that you can demonstrate that you meet the new criteria. If you're planning to apply, take a look at your finances and start preparing the necessary paperwork to avoid delays. Second, it's essential to stay informed about the vetting process. While it's impossible to change the past, you can still take steps to ensure that your application is as clean and straightforward as possible. Ensure that all background checks are up to date, and take a proactive approach to resolve any minor issues that may arise. If there are concerns about your background, speak with an immigration attorney who can help guide you through the process and advise on how best to address any potential problems. Another important consideration is the timeline. As mentioned, these changes are effective immediately, which means that if you're in the middle of the process, you need to act fast. Ensure that all your documentation is in order and double-check that everything is in compliance with the new rules. You don't want to be caught off guard by an unexpected delay or denial due to incomplete paperwork or financial requirements. But it's not all doom and gloom. While these changes might initially feel like roadblocks, they also present opportunities for those who are proactive and well prepared. Yes, the process will be more challenging, but with the right mindset and preparation, it's still possible to navigate through the new requirements and achieve your goal. Remember, the U.S. immigration system has always been complex, but it's not impossible to navigate. It's important to stay calm and avoid panic. While the immediate nature of these changes may cause anxiety for many, the key is to stay informed and proactive. Make sure you have all the latest information on the green card process and work closely with professionals who are well versed in the new rules. This way, you can adapt to the changing landscape of U.S. immigration and still have a chance at securing your green card. As we've seen in the past, the U.S. immigration system has undergone numerous changes over the years. Whether it's policy shifts or new rules, change is something that applicants must constantly be prepared for. The green card process may never be easy, but it is possible to navigate it with the right tools and knowledge. With these new rules, the key is preparation. By understanding the immediate impact of these changes, you can ensure that your application is aligned with the new requirements and avoid delays. Whether you're applying now or planning to in the future, it's critical to stay informed about the green card process and how the new rules will shape your journey. The time to act is now. Don't wait for another surprise change.